I got to tell you this. If you continue down this road, I'm going to jerk you out of your house as fast as I possibly can, and I'm going to put you as far away from everybody that you love as fast as I possibly can.
Court Uncut, what the people want.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Court will call the matter of the state of Michigan versus Victoria Ruiz. That's file 23-156-DL, scheduled for a order to show cause and a review hearing. If I could have counsel place their appearances on the record, please, starting with the prosecutor.
Amanda Brooker appearing on behalf of the people.
David Delaney for the minor, Victoria Ruiz.
All right, I do see Mom is here with us as well. Victoria is with us, and then we have juvenile court staff with us. Ms. McCleave and Ms. DeFighter are with us as well. Is there anyone else that should be joining us today? All right. I have received a show cause report from the juvenile probation department. Mr. Delaney, have you received a copy of that?
I have, thank you.
Mom, have you seen a copy of this report as well?
Yes, Your Honor, I have.
Victoria, have you seen a copy of the report?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. DeFighter, if you could update me as to the status since we were here last, please.
Victoria has been taking a turn as far as probation goes. She has not completed her school success or her probation success plan. She stated it is completed, but she missed art therapy last week, so she didn't turn it in. She also told me that she was going to go to she was not going to go to a party, and then lied to me when we asked her 3 times if she went to the party. She stated that her mom let her go to the party, and I did call Melissa to ask her regarding the truthfulness of this statement. And after telling Melissa what Victoria stated to me happened that night, Melissa stated that I gave her no permission to go to this party whatsoever. So I'm unsure as to what story actually happened and why Victoria went to this party when she was instructed not to go. Victoria claims that she was disrespectful to the responding officers, and said that she ended the email with a shrugging emoji. I felt like that was very unprofessional towards her probation officer. She did state that Jeanette Sayre would vouch for her, that she is improving in many ways, but she's only attended one of her anger management program counseling sessions, so it's unsure of how much progress Jeanette could vouch for.
All right. Mr. Delaney, how do you want to proceed today? You want to have a contested hearing, or would you like to make admissions?
Let me just address Victoria. I think she knows that I advocate for her when something is not true. But if it is true, she's been here enough times to not waste the court's time. The court appreciates the honesty, and the candor goes a long way. But you have both of those rights. So sometimes the way I best phrase it is, yeah, it's true, but I want to clarify. So if you want to pick one of those 3, this didn't happen, this did happen, or somewhere in the middle, it did, but let me give you my side. Do you know which one of those you want to pursue, Victoria?
Those things are true.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Victoria, you have the right to have a contested hearing, and that's what Mr. Delaney was saying. You have the right to say it didn't happen. And you have the right to have the burden of proof that it did happen be on the probation department by a preponderance of the evidence. You have the right to see, hear, and question witnesses against you. You have the right to have an attorney represent you. You have the right to testify yourself or to remain silent and not have that silence used against you. You have the right to appeal. So you have all of these rights that you would have to have a contested hearing to say, nope, none of that happened. On the other hand, Mr. Delaney is also correct. You have the right to say, yes, I did it, and here's my explanation as to why. You've been given that choice, and it appears to me that you've chosen to say, yes, I did it. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has anybody threatened you in any way or promised you anything to get you to do that?
No, Your Honor.
Are you doing this of your own free choice and free will?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. The first allegation, if you'd raise your right hand, please, I'm going to swear you in. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, go ahead and put your hand down. The first allegation is that you missed a therapy session. Is that correct?
Was that this previous week? Like last week?
Ms. DeFighter?
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor. I have my doctor's note, but yes, I did not attend.
All right. The next allegation was that you lied about going to a party and didn't have permission to go to a party. Is that correct?
That is correct.
The next allegation is that you were disrespectful to the police. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. I'm going to assume, and it says in the, didn't say here in court, but it says in the report that I got that you've also been drinking alcohol. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And it also says that you've been experimenting sexually. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
You know that all of those things are things that you are not supposed to be doing, right?
Yes, Your Honor, I am aware.
All right. Ms. DeFighter, is there anything else that you want me to ask her about?
I do not believe so, Your Honor.
All right. I will accept the plea to the show cause. I find that it was knowingly, intelligently, and voluntarily given. Her statements have met the allegations that were contained within the show cause today. Ms. DeFighter, could you tell me then what your recommendations are as a result of this show cause?
My recommendations are that Victoria complete her previously court-ordered 25 hours of community service by November 26, 2025. Victoria complete a sincere apology letter to Deputy Walker and turn it into the probation department by November 21st, 2025. Victoria complete a 500-word essay on the dangers of ingesting alcohol at a young age and turn it into the probation department by December 11th, 2025. And Victoria complete 40 hours of community service and turn it into the probation department by January 16th, 2025.
All right. Victoria, I'm also going to hear from your mom and your attorney and from Ms. Brucker. And then I'm going to, after you've had a chance to hear all those people, I'm then going to give you a chance to explain to me what it is that you've been doing and why. All right. So let's start with Ms. Brucker. Ms. Brucker, is there anything else that you want me to be aware of or any other recommendations that you have?
I've read the recommendations. Victoria's been very aware since she left residential treatment what the expectations were. And I think this court was very clear with her the ramifications if she did misbehave or violate the orders. So I'm pretty disappointed that we're back here and it feels like maybe she didn't get as much out of residential treatment as she promised the court that she did. So I don't oppose the recommendations. I actually think they're probably on the weaker end of recommendations as far as the fact that she's already been in placement before and the prior discussions that we've had with her.
All right, Mr. Delaney.
I wanted to ask Ms. DeFighter, I didn't pull the file history. Victoria is how old right now?
15.
Okay, when is she going to turn 16?
February 26th.
I don't want to, again, usurp the court's role here in any way. Victoria is probably aware I get to have two hats in this case. One, I advocate, and I do, for the juveniles. But secondly, I have a guardian role also to look out for their best interests. And I think knowing the family, mom has other children, she's married, and I believe she works full time. I know her plate is full, and she probably is not able to monitor Victoria with the time limitations that she has, because the report, to my surprise, indicates she's freely consuming alcohol. She's experimenting. And maybe if this was her first time into the court today, we could navigate that. But we're at the far end of this thing. And the last hearing, the court said, I think you're growing up. And then again, none of this is the fault of mom per se, but I think she indicated in the report she wasn't being completely candid with probation about how Victoria was doing. Thought I read that. And it's a tough balancing act. You want to protect your kids. You don't want them to get in more trouble. On the other hand, Victoria is 15. She's already got a history of significant disobedience. None of it serious, stealing cars and serious drugs and things like that. But time is running out for her again. She's going to be 16, 17, and she'll just be off probation. If she doesn't get on the right track, she's going to be on a track she's not going to appreciate. I don't know if she understands that. I was concerned significantly when I heard about these allegations because the alcohol consumption and the experimentation, especially if you're a girl. I had boys. I didn't have girls. I think the court had girls. There's a whole nother level of vulnerability out there than for the boys. And you get into this track and, it begins to get serious. I think I remembered her running down to Saginaw and some other things. So, I've always said the world's a dangerous place. I don't know if she understands that. But so I leave it to the court, of course, to address these concerns and what it's going to take to get Victoria's attention. Thank you.
Mom, what are your thoughts?
Well, he's absolutely right. This is the first time that this has ever happened with me finding out about my daughter drinking alcohol. She was, every single time we were going to court, she was getting praised and we thought she was getting somewhere. And when we had these different situations that came up, it was so hard for me to decide because I'm always, ever since she came home from the program, I was trying to change a few things as far as every time I would go to the probation department before and tell them every little thing rather than trying to work it out with my daughter and I. And so I was trying to, in counseling that we had while she was away, I was trying to work with her rather than working against her and trying to meet on a common ground. And I thought we were getting somewhere. And so I did allow her to go to homecoming. As soon as she came home that night and I found we were supposed to get ready for church and she was unable to get up and I discovered what she did, it was completely not okay with me. I sat her down and we talked and I said, look, there has to be a consequence for this. And I would always hear too, because I would go to the probation department right away. I was always hearing when are you going to learn just to parent me? When are you going to parent me instead of always running and telling them? And it's always like I'm getting interrogated every single time I go to the probation, which I get it. It's their job, but it's like, who's telling the truth? Then Victoria says something, and it's what I say. And then it's just like, why would I sit here and lie? I'm coming to you guys to tell you guys what the situation is. So then we talked about a consequence, and I told her she was not going out on Halloween, and she was grounded, and she was okay with that, and she was fully said sorry I don't know how many times and cried, and I thought I thought that, okay, there was a consequence there. There was something, and then it was she, I never in my, and I honestly, it might sound so dumb, but I didn't think that my daughter would sleep with someone without being married, without knowing someone. She knows that what I teach her, and her telling me no, mom, I'm gonna hang out with a boy, but I'm on my period. She told me she was on her period. I trusted her. That's a whole nother subject. I felt so betrayed, so hurt, a mix of emotions. I couldn't believe that my daughter actually did something like that. So I went to her probation department after being stuck in, do I share this with them because she is doing better in certain areas, that do I not? And finally I said, you know, what am I teaching her by not telling them everything? And then when the court comes again, they're going to think that everything's okay when it's truly not. I can't continue to do this. So, and my work schedule, I try my hardest to work around my children because, you know, Victoria, I have my other kids that I have to worry about and her behavior. I have my other kids sitting here telling me, why does Victoria get away with this? Why could she do this? If it was me, you take my phone right away. I get spanked. I can't take Victoria's phone. I call the probation. I ask them. They say, let's not get it from her. There's a lot of stuff that goes on. And so I just want you guys to know, and then she went to I got home from work on Halloween night. I had to work. I didn't get home till almost 11:30 at night. She still told me she was going to Taco Bell. She was gone not only 45 minutes. And then come to find out, she ended up stopping at that party. Just so you guys know, I stood on business. I completely and told her. And then I had Riley asking me, well, Victoria said you said this. Absolutely not. While Victoria is hearing me right now, I said, if you decide to go to a party, I will tell your probation officer because I will not allow it. I told you for the actions that you did and the choices that you made, you are not allowed to go anywhere or do anything. So that's where I stand with it. Again, I feel like I always have my hands tied as far as parenting her because I have the probation. Like, I feel like I can't even parent my child. I pay her phone bill. I can't even take it away. And then every single time we're about to go in court, I was really thinking it was going to be today. So it could be more, I could, you know, share more things with you because every single time it's a court date, I have to get drilled on what to say and this and that. And it's just, I'm going to be completely honest. This is to help Victoria. This is not to damage her. And I thought it was helping her until sometimes right now I just see that she just likes to do whatever Victoria likes to do. And as far as her counselor goes, I have not got to talk to Jeanette, but there's some things that in the past when I have said I didn't want my daughter going to McDonald's, and then she would say, why not give her a break? Why not let her cool down? And then come to find out those specific times, my daughter was in a car with a gun, with a grown man holding a gun up to her. And then this time when she had drank and did what she did, which was not okay with me, she tells Jeanette, and Jeanette tells her, oh, well, you're getting older. No, I don't care if she's getting older. Drinking and doing things with boys like that is not okay with me.
Thank you. I appreciate your honesty with us. And I'm going to do whatever I can to assist you in your parenting. So thank you very much for your thoughts. What do you mean that there was a grown man with a gun in a car with her?
Victoria?
Yeah, no, I'm asking you.
So one time when we were going to counseling with Jeanette, Victoria would say, I just want to go after school and hang out with my friends at McDonald's. Me as a parent, I knew that something wasn't okay and they were up to no good, and I wanted her to come straight home from school. Her behavior was completely off and how she was acting wasn't right. Well, Jeanette said, what's wrong with her going after school? So she went after school one day and got a ride from a boy to McDonald's, and there was a grown man that was supposedly the plug in Gaylord and had a gun and held it up to Victoria. And come to find out, this gentleman that we're talking about, which I don't know his name, he ended up taking his own life.
All right, thank you. Victoria, what do you have to say for yourself?
Honestly, I have no excuses. I know I'm gonna have consequences when I do these obedient things. I think I do need to make a change. I'm not setting a good example for my sisters, and I'm draining my mom, and that, like, I don't want to see that anymore. So I think I don't know if I need to go with my dad and make a change with him because he's definitely more strict and definitely on a better path with God. I don't know if I need to go with him. But something definitely needs to change because I changed for a little bit and then I start to get on the same path I was on. So honestly, my plan right now is to have my dad take my mom to court again because I think I just need more direction. And honestly, my mom, she's going through her own things, and she has my sisters, my dad. He's just in a way better place, and I think he's a little bit better of a role model right now. So I think I just need to make a change with that and my behavior. So yeah.
Anything else that you want to tell me?
No, Your Honor.
Well, I'm going to agree with you that something needs to change. I'm going to disagree in one respect, because what you told me you wanted to have changed was your living circumstances. The thing that needs to change is you. Why do you think that we sent you to the detention facility? Why do you think we put you into that program? Was it to change your mom?
No, Your Honor.
Was it to change your dad?
No, Your Honor.
The report says that your mom is scared of you. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Bad thing, Your Honor.
The report says that things at home are much worse than have been previously revealed. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
A bad thing, Your Honor.
What good thing happens when you drink alcohol?
Nothing.
What good thing happens when a 15-year-old girl starts to have sex with other men?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Not a single thing. There isn't anything good about any of that. What makes you valuable?
That's a question I don't even know the answer to.
Do you want to know what makes you common or less valuable?
Yes, Your Honor.
Giving it away for free, making it easy, giving it to people who don't really care about you, playing with fire. Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Why would anybody want to treat you like a pearl of great price if you rolled around in the mud? You understand what I'm trying to say to you?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
There's a story in the Bible. It's called the Pearl of Great Price. The pearl was very, very valuable. It was a beautiful pearl. And the owner of the pearl one day lost it. And he spent all day searching throughout the entire house to find the pearl. And when he found the pearl, finally, because it had fallen in a crack, when he found the pearl, he rejoiced and brought people to his house and said, "Come to my house and we're going to have a celebration because I found this pearl of great price." It was such a valuable thing that he spent all day looking for it. He wouldn't rest until he found it. What made that pearl such a valuable thing? Do you know?
No, Your Honor.
If everybody had a pearl just like it, would it be valuable?
No, Your Honor.
If he used it to play marbles with, would it be valuable?
No, Your Honor.
If he let everybody into his house to use it as they saw fit, would it be valuable?
No.
If he threw it in the sandbox and let the kids play with it, would it be valuable?
No, Your Honor.
So what makes something valuable?
Something untouchable?
It's rare, right? If it's rare, that is, it's not given to everybody. It's treated with respect. It's only used for its proper purpose. All of those things make it valuable. It's not that you lock it away and never let anybody see it. He wanted everybody to come to his house to see the pearl of great price. But he didn't throw the pearl in the gutter. He didn't put it out in the sandbox. He didn't let everybody touch it. He didn't let the pearl wander off on its own. He prized it. He kept it. He respected it. He only used it for its proper purpose. That's what made it valuable. I see you taking yourself as this pearl of great price and throwing it away. I see you putting it in the gutter. I see you throwing it in the dirt and letting anybody that wants to come around and use it in any way that they want to. You have a gift, young woman. You are a smart young woman, and you are throwing it away for a momentary pleasure. I'm going to go to the party and have a beer or two, or 3 or 4, because that's going to make me feel good for 5 minutes. Doesn't matter that it's going to break my mother's heart. Doesn't matter that it's going to set a bad example for my sisters. It doesn't matter what it does to my self-respect. I'm going to have sex with other young men, or I'm going to have sex with older young men, even worse. I'm going to throw away this pearl of great price and let everybody use me as common property. It doesn't matter that I won't be able to give this valuable thing to my husband in the future. It doesn't matter that nobody will see me as special because I'm a hoe. It doesn't matter that I use it for momentary pleasure instead of holding off and treating it as something to be very valuable. Tell me why I should leave you in your mother's house.
I want things to work. I really do.
How do you show me that?
By getting on the path I was before and respecting her.
Yeah, it's easy to say it, right? You know what to say. You're smart enough to figure out what to say, but then you just use it to manipulate people. Just like you manipulated your mom, just like you manipulate the probation department, just like I'm sure you try to manipulate me. So how do you show me, not just tell me, how do you show me that I should leave you at your mom's house?
By respecting my mom and following her rules. I mean, it's really not hard. My mom doesn't ask for much. It's just my choices I make.
Yeah, you got it. You see, I told you you're smart. You understand this stuff. Absolutely, you understand it. And at your age, your mother should be able to say to you, I can trust you. Didn't it feel good to you that I trusted you and brought you home from the program?
Felt amazing, Your Honor.
Wouldn't it be good to have other people trust you like that?
Yes, Your Honor.
So how do you get that trust?
By following through with what I say.
Yeah, you do trustworthy things. If you want to be respected and trusted, if you want to have people look at you and say, I can let that person make a decision because they always make good decisions, then you have to make good decisions, right? If you are consistently making good decisions, then your mother will believe that she can let you make more decisions because you'll make good ones. But if you make a series of bad decisions, such as what led us to here, what else do you expect us to do other than to expect that you're going to continue to make bad decisions? You brought up something about your dad. What is it about your dad that's going to change you?
I think it would just be easier because, I mean, he has no kids with him. I mean, like, it's just him and his wife, and I think even when I do make mistakes, at least my little sisters won't be watching me make those mistakes. And I think it's just.
So you
I also
can get
think it would
away.
just be nice to start a new chapter with somebody or somewhere else.
You know what I hear when you say that? I hear these people know me and are going to punish me or limit my decision making. And if I go to my dad, there'll be a honeymoon period for a while until he figures out that I'm not going to do what he tells me to do. That's what I'm hearing. Is that what you were trying to say?
No, Your Honor, not at all. My dad's a lot more strict too. I think it's also self-discipline by me wanting to go there.
So why is it, if you know that that's what your dad's going to do, why is it that you can't use that in the place that you're at now? You know that if you were at your dad's, you wouldn't be getting away with this. Is that what you're saying to me?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then why is it, if you know that you can't incorporate that into who you are now? Why do you need me to drop the hammer? Why do you need your dad to drop the hammer on you before you will conform your behavior?
Honestly, I feel like I just need someone on me, like directing me. I don't know what to do when I'm like by myself, so I just do whatever.
And that is part of growing up. I'm going to grant you that. Part of growing up is learning how to make decisions on your own. But Victoria, you are smart enough to figure this out on your own. I don't have a problem if you want to go to your dad's. I'm not saying that it's right or it's wrong. That's not my decision today. My decision today is, what am I going to do with you today? If something else happens in the future, fine. If it doesn't happen, that's fine too. But you will not grow up until you figure out that the issue is you and not whoever's making you do it. As a child, we look to our parents to help us make good decisions, but in the end, as we grow up, it is us that decide. You could have the best parents in the world, and you could decide, I'm not doing that, and you turn out like a reprobate, like somebody who's just needs to be in prison all the time. On the other hand, you could be in the worst home in the world, and you could turn out to be the best kid in the world because you figure it out. I'm not going where my mom and dad are going. I'm going to do something entirely different. So in the end, it's not just I need to be at my mom's or I need to be at my dad's. It's about you figuring it out. Enough preaching. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to not do everything that I want to do today because I'm going to give you, I'm going to put it this way, one more chance. Okay, but I am going to put some more additional limitations on what the recommendation is. But I got to tell you this, if you continue down this road, I'm going to jerk you out of your house as fast as I possibly can, and I'm going to put you as far away from everybody that you love as fast as I possibly can. Because right now, that's the only thing I think gets your attention. You are going down a road that's going to have you have a baby before you're 17, and your likelihood of success in this world is going to be nil, zero, less than nothing. And you're going to have a life that is so difficult you can't even imagine it right now. And that's throwing it away for dirt. That's throwing that pearl away for nothing. You are, in my estimation, one of the brightest young girls that I've met in a long time. You have the ability to do so much more. And you're acting as if today's little thrill is the only thing that matters. Now, that's something that's common to most kids your age, and eventually you'll grow out of it. But not everybody gets in as much trouble as you have while they're doing it. And that's the problem that I have. You're throwing it away so much faster and earlier than everybody else does. Last hearing, I said I thought you were growing up. I take it back. You're acting like a 4-year-old. This is what 4-year-olds do. They don't understand what the world is doing around them. And all they can think about is, what do I want today at this moment? And they throw a hissy fit as soon as they don't get what they want. Your hissy fit is just called manipulation. I think you've got so much more. And I'm entirely disappointed in what you're giving me. So here's what we're going to do. All prior orders of the court will remain in full force and effect. You will complete the previously court-ordered 25 hours of community service. Ms. DeFighter, how much does she have done right now?
It's on my board in my office. I believe she has 10 or 15 hours completed out of the 25 hours.
All right, then I will say that it must be completed by November the 26th. She's got 16 days to get the rest of those hours done. She must complete a sincere apology letter to the deputy and turn it into the probation department. In addition to that, she must write a sincere apology letter to her mother and turn it into the probation department by November 21st. She must complete a 500-word essay on the dangers of ingesting alcohol at a young age and turn it into the probation department by December the 11th. She must also complete a 500-word essay on the dangers of sexually transmitted diseases by young women. She must complete 40 hours of community service work and turn it into the probation department by January the 16th. And she will be on a curfew after school. She will go straight home and she will stay home unless she has both her mother's permission and the permission of the probation department. She will not be out for anything. She will also turn in all her phones and her electronics for the next month. She will not be on anybody else's electronics or phone for the next month. Victoria, do you understand my ruling?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand why I've done that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Tell me why I've done that.
Maybe to show me that my actions have consequences.
That's one thing. What else?
To get me back on track.
Yep. What else?
I don't know, Your Honor.
That you are smart enough and strong enough to make good decisions all of the time, not just when it's easy. So I'm asking you to do difficult things. I'm asking you to write about things that you shouldn't have to write about. I'm asking you to give up electronics and phones. It's not easy to do. I'm asking you to be on, I'm telling you that you're going to be on a curfew because that's not easy to do at your age. And if you can successfully do those things, then you can successfully change your own behavior. You don't need anybody else to make these decisions for you. You're smart enough and wise enough to be able to do it on your own. It's time to make those good decisions every day. That's all. We'll be back here. I want a review hearing in 30 days.
Thank you.
Your Honor, when did you want that second 500 word essay by?
Same time as the first one.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thanks for watching. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button for more crazy court hearings like this one.